What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you had a great day. Hope you're having a great night so far. Getting into this episode of GH, Jordan continues to piss me off. Like, seriously, she is just ridiculous. I mean, I understand she don't want to implicate Curtis when the shit hits the fan with the Cyrus and Taggart business. I get it. But at the same time, I agree with Jason. She needs to have more faith in her husband and her marriage. Because she talking about something, oh, if I tell Curtis now, after all this time had passed, it's going to ruin my marriage. Here's the thing. The longer you go without telling him, the more the blowback is going to be. The worse the fallout is going to be when this all comes out. Because if he has to find out from somebody else and not you, he's going to be even more pissed off. I mean, if it comes from her right now, he's going to be upset. You know, he's going to be angry. But if he finds out from somebody else other than his wife after all this time, that man is going to be hurt. He's going to be pissed. He's going to be embarrassed. He's going to be embarrassed because he thought he could trust his wife and he had to find out on the streets or from whoever, because you already know somebody going to let something slip about Taggart being alive and his wife knowing about it, because obviously he's not going to hear about it from her. And like, Jordan just don't get it. Like, you are ruining your own damn marriage, because at this point you're taking Curtis's options away from him. It's up to Curtis if he wants to get involved in this. And she know Curtis would. Curtis got her back. That's what marriage is all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if he don't agree with a lot of what she does, he's going to have her back. And that's what she needs to understand. He got your back. She needs to have more faith in her husband and more trust. So pretty much Jason offered to help her out with this situation because Jordan is stuck. I mean, she don't want to work with Sonny and Jason, but what other options do you have at this point? You don't have any other options. Jason and Sonny are your best bet. How else are you going to get out of this mess with Cyrus? Going it alone is not doing you any favors, because the more she tries to handle the situation by herself, the worse it's getting. Like, you're just getting deeper and deeper, and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Now, if you got some outside help, you can get out of this thing a lot quicker. But that's the problem with Jordan. She just doesn't want to listen. So anyway, speaking of Curtis, him and Portia were talking about the past, basically, and about her marriage and stuff. And Curtis basically told her when he found out that she was married, that's when he stopped trusting her, because she never told him she was married. And he would have never messed with her had he known she was married. But this was at a time where he felt like he shouldn't have been messing with her, period, because this was at a time where he was rehabbing. You know what I mean? Because he used to be a drug addict while he was on the force. And when you're recovering, when you're in your first stages of recovery and stuff, you're not supposed to get attached to anybody or have a serious relationship, because it can hinder your recovery. Curtis is big on honesty, and we know this because Curtis has been honest with Jordan about things every step of the way. He hasn't kept really anything from her. So when the truth comes out about all of her bullshit, all of her games, all her lies, the shit is going to hit the fan. Curtis is not going to be able to trust Jordan. He's not going to be able to believe a word out of her mouth. He's not going to. And I have a feeling that when the truth comes out, he's going to be so angry, I think he's going to turn to Portia. But I feel like his little friendship or rekindled friendship with Portia is not going to last. Because something tells me Trina is his daughter. I feel like Trina is not Taggart's daughter. Because every time she talks about Trina's father, she talk about the past, she get this weird look on her face. I've been noticing. She gets this funny little look on her face. I feel like Curtis is definitely that child's father. Curtis should not have taken her word. He shouldn't have taken her word at face value. He should have got his own DNA test to be sure. And he should have got another DNA test run at an independent lab just so this one ain't tampered with. Just to make damn sure that this child is not his. You know what I'm saying? But something's telling me that Trina's definitely his daughter. Something is telling me that. But Curtis is big on honesty. So I'm pretty sure when the truth comes out about everything that, you know, Jordan's keeping from him, their marriage is just going to be practically done. I would be surprised if Curtis ever took her back and he decided to stay married. I would be shocked. Let's just put the shit out there. I would be in shock. So anyway, moving on from that. I didn't really understand what was the point of Lulu coming over to the mansion and her and Willow scenes. I really didn't understand the point to that, but I guess. It was nice that, you know, Willow had somebody there keeping her company, you know, until she got word from the PCPD. What I didn't understand was, why was she thanking the PCPD for finding Wiley? The cops didn't find Wiley. Michael did. Let's just put that out there. So anyway, Sam was stopping by Alexis or whatever to complain to her about Jason checking himself out the hospital. I really didn't care. Alexis really needs to stop playing these games with Neil. Like, I'm so over it at this point, because I was rooting for Neil and Alexis, but when they decided not to be together, and mind you, they both ruined their careers just to be with each other, and then they decided not to be with each other. Oh, we should be just friends. I said, excuse me? After all this bullshit we had to sit through, y'all sneaking around, ruining y'all careers, and y'all not gonna be together? At that point, that was the very moment I was over them as a couple. I was over it. At this point, I really don't care if they become a couple or not. I don't care. I have to be honest. I really just don't at this point. I don't care. So Neil came over or whatever to talk to Alexis. I felt like Alexis needed to stop being childish, because before Neil came over, she was fishing for information about the nurse's ball. Trying to find out who the what's the names were. Like, who was at the ball. Who was doing the phones, like, and stuff like that. Who the volunteers were. So Sam was like, okay, so Sonny was there. She said Carly was there. Michael was there. Willow was there. Mac was there. Anna was there. Peter was there. Maxie was there. You know, just listing off the names. But she said, I'm pretty sure that those people you're not really worried about. There's only one name that you really want to know if they were there or not. Neil. And Alexis sitting there trying to play it off like she ain't worried about Neil. Alexis, you are too old. You are too old to be playing this game. So Neil came over, so him and Alexis could talk. I just feel like they need to stop playing these games and explore their relationship, because obviously Alexis is still feeling Neil. Neil is still feeling Alexis. So stop playing these games and just be a damn couple at this point and see where it takes y'all. Y'all don't risk everything to be together. Why not be together? There's nothing stopping y'all from being a couple, so why not just go on ahead and be a damn couple? That's what I'm saying. Like, just be a couple and stop the bullshit. Period. Be a couple. Stop this foolishness. So anyway, moving on from that, Dante is having more of these dreams about him envisioning, you know, in a trance about, oh, he got to complete the mission. His doctor came in and basically the director of the WSB, they want Dante to go home at this point. They want to suspend his treatment because Dante hasn't really been trying to do the damn treatment. So they're like, at this point, he needs to just go home. But the director of the WSB wants Dante to take on an assignment. Basically, somebody close to him, a friend or a relative. The doctor don't know because they didn't give details yet. So Dante's under the impression that the person is Sonny, that they want him to investigate. I don't think it's Sonny. But for all we know, it could be Dustin. Remember now, we don't know who Dustin really is. We really don't know really anything about his past. All we know is he's a teacher. He used to date Brooklyn back in the day. That's all we know. We don't know anything about this man. We don't know absolutely nothing. He could be a date rape person. He could be a killer. We don't know nothing about this fool. Absolutely nothing. So it could be about him. I'm curious about who else in town. If it's not Sonny, who else the hell could he be investigating that's close to him? I mean, when they say close, I'm thinking they're talking about Lulu, because Lulu's dating Dustin and we don't know Dustin. So Dante, if he came back home, he would have access. Could be that. So Dante basically told him to go to hell, but then of course he changed his mind. He's willing to do the treatment. The doctor is going to put him on some new medication that will hopefully stop his dreams, but, you know, not fog up his mind or nothing like that, which I think is a good thing, because Dante, at this point, he's been going away from his family for over a year. He's ready to go home because he don't know how long his family is going to wait. Well, bruh, I hate to break it to you, but Lulu hasn't waited for you. I mean, Lulu was the one that said, oh, I'll wait forever, but we knew she wouldn't. So at this point, he's going to be in for a shock when he come home and find out mama got a brand new bag and there's another man there tucking your kid in that night. I mean, because Dustin was sending Lulu a text talking about, oh, the kids are in bed. I uncorked the wine. When are you coming home? I said, home? Did y'all move in together that I didn't know nothing about? Like, and Lulu was smiling like a little Cheshire cat. You know, giddy like a little schoolgirl. I said, uh-oh, okay. Dante, you better hurry up and get home quick, bruh. I'm just saying. It's another man been warming up your side of the bed. Better get to it. So anyway, Sonny done got to the cabin. Valerie showed up to the cabin. Where the fuck has Valerie been at? They never show Valerie, so I was shocked to see Valerie. I was like, where y'all dig her up from? Valerie? Okay. So Michael basically told Valerie that Carly and Jax went after Nell. Well, Carly went after Nell. Jax went after Carly to go find her. Did you see the look on Sonny's face when Michael mentioned Jax was there? Sonny was like, Jax. Sonny had that look like, I know he not with my wife. Sonny, he had that pissed off look on his face. Sonny was pissed. Because Jax had his satellite phone. He had called Michael, and when Michael asked about Nell, Jax was trying to act like the signal was messed up. He was like, oh, I can't hear you, and hung up on him. So Sonny basically told Michael that he'd drive him and Nell home or whatever. I mean, him and Wiley home. My whole thing is, if Sonny's driving Michael and Wiley back to the Quartermains, who the hell gonna drive Michael's car? Because remember, Michael drove there in his car. So who's gonna bring his car back? I'm just saying. So anyway, Jax was basically trying to tell Carly not to tell the cops anything that happened. Like, not much. Basically, he wants to cover up what happened, because he wants Carly to basically tell the cops that him and Nell got into a fight and Nell ran off, and basically fudge up what really happened. I kind of get where Jax is coming from, because Carly does have scratches on her face. Her clothes is kind of, you know, all ripped up and messed up. So the cops might not believe her story, that she tried to save Nell and Nell fell. They might not believe her story, because you got to remember, Nell and Carly have a bad history together. They've had several public arguments. Everybody in town knows Carly hated Nell and Nell hated Carly. Plus, she's the wife of Sonny Corinto, so there's that. So Jax was making a lot of sense, but I also understood where Carly was coming from. See, this is why I feel like Carly has matured a little bit, because, and learned from her past mistakes, because she told Jax, we're not covering this up, because remember the last cover up they did, she already knows from experience, cover-ups don't ever work. The last time they tried to do a cover-up, remember her and Sonny tried to cover up what happened to AJ. That backfired on them. Then the whole Claudia situation, when they tried to cover that up, when it was clear signs that it was self-defense and Michael would have never went to prison had they not covered that up, And they're the reasons why Michael went to prison in the first damn place. So Carly was like, nah, we can't cover this one up. But Jax, and I felt like I understood where Jax was coming from, but I felt like he was a hypocrite. Because he was the main one years ago trying to tell Carly and them that they should have just called 911 that night. He was the main one saying that they never should have covered it up. Fast forward to 2020, now you're telling Carly to cover up a crime. Make it make sense. Come on, Jax. Make it make sense. I mean, I get that's your baby mother. You don't want her to go to prison. I get it. But at the same time, shame the devil and tell the damn truth. Because covering this up ain't going to do you no good. Because there's going to be some type of inconsistency. And like Carly said, if they find Nell's body, her DNA is going to be all over her. How the hell would you explain that one? You're going to have to explain it. It's not going to be much for a prosecutor to put her away based off of that. Plus, they're going to find out that she lied. Trust me, it's not the first time. Somebody's going to talk. Somebody's going to let something slip. And all you got to do is let something slip in front of the wrong person and it's a wrap. So she might as well just go ahead and tell the damn truth. So basically, Carly and Jax went back to the cabin and Valerie was all ears. She wanted to know what happened. So who knows what Carly about to say. Is she going to tell the truth or is she going to go with Jax's advice and lie? You know, finagle the truth a little bit to save herself. So Michael is home. He brought Wiley back to the mansion to put him to bed. What I didn't understand was you would think that when Michael came home, he would have woke Willow up when he came home. But she was asleep on the daggone couch, and the only thing that woke her up was Michael talking to Wiley over the baby monitor. I'm surprised Michael didn't wake her up. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought. And I will see you on Monday. Hope you have a great night. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Peace.